So yesterday, I created a new TikTok because I got tired of their fucking bullshit. Got tired of it. I wanted to watch videos I wanted to watch. Created a new one. Didn't tell anybody about it. Within an hour and a half, they had infiltrated it and they were in it with their stupid fucking shit. So when I say I have nothing to do with this, I'm not bothering anybody, they're doing it to me, I mean it. I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm not going to stop talking about what happened to us in here and what you did. You have starved us. You have tried to humiliate me publicly. You have made me walk miles and miles and miles with my broken body to get food. You have done everything you possibly could to set me up to get me arrested for failure. And you've also blocked any opportunity for me to make money. You have trapped me here. So you're going to feel as uncomfortable as you've made me feel, all of you. Because none of you were nearly uncomfortable enough in order to pull this type of shit on somebody that was in your care, who had no choice but to turn to you. And every time I reach out for help outside of that place, or report you anywhere, after I go through the whole spiel and say it was this place, JBWS, who did this to me, after I get through telling them everything that you did, they hand me literature for your organization and tell me to ask you for help. I would rather starve. You have done enough. All of you have done enough. I do not want you in my life. I do not want you having any kind of control over my finances, my documentation, my child. Period. We left that place 6 months ago. And now you have infiltrated this place and social services, so I cannot get help. You guys set up something that last day. And how I knew was because A, you wanted me to leave my guitar behind, and you'd already canceled our food from NJ Nourish. Then you brought trucks out here to celebrate watching us being dragged out. You told somebody to knock on my door, hand me a bag of canned goods and socks, and they immediately said, "Do you need mental health resources?" You have been doing this for 2 years. Coffee is the one thing that you really, really like to fuck me with. I've overheard you on the phone already. There are people here who I've watched take handouts from people that are associated with you to set up these gaslighting little things that you do, like the newspapers and putting the videos out and stuff. Like, I already have everybody's number. I do not want you in my space. I do not want you in my phone, but you are. I do not want you in my life. No means no. And if you, the employees of a domestic violence program, use coercive control and tactics that abusers use, and you don't take no for an answer, then everything I'm saying has been verified. You are the problem, not me. Leave us alone. Stop with the fucking bullying. You're not special. You're not any better than us. I don't know where you fucking get that through your head, but you need to get it through your head that you are not, and you are not infallible. And you are very, very abusive. All of you. So you should not have the positions that you hold in this particular situation. If you are doing this to victims of domestic violence who have escaped their abusers and come to you for help, and then they cannot escape you, those victims who don't have enough money to pay you are not the fucking problem. Remember every time you withheld coffee from me, what happened? This. And this time I'm not backing down. This time I'm not coming crawling back. This time, I don't owe you a fucking thing. You owe me an apology. You owe that child an apology. But you won't give it because you're so righteous. No, you're not. A lot of people saw this. A lot of people I didn't expect would see it, saw it. Wait till you get a load of this. You're going to shit your drawers. I'm not even playing. But you still continue to fuck with me. Stay out of my fucking phone. Off of my profiles. As soon as we leave here, and we can't, Will Sal, you call Tyrone and tell him to get the fuck out of my phone. We can't, because you're like vultures. Wanting to know every little, report it back to whoever, whatever you're doing. So I don't even get to know. It's going to be a big surprise for all of us. Okay? But just know, they've had their eyes on it the whole time. So to keep doing it after we left was stupid. But I never gave anybody from that program, never called anyone from this phone, except my doctor's office. No one else, and one other person. They were the only ones who were reached out to with this phone. So how you got into it was not legal. It was not because I gave you the number. I've been trying to escape you, but since you're connected and in the pockets of everyone we have to reach out to for help, like social services, like 211. And I'm pretty sure the guy I talked to on the phone, I don't think he was 211. I think he was one of the neighbors. One of the neighbors who every time I would walk out to talk to anybody on the staff would be out there. Coming out there to peep the tea. Because that's all you care about. So you can run back and tell whoever. So they can do more of this shit. I'm not playing with you. You've starved us. And that's the worst thing. Because I'm not going to listen to my kid cry. Because of a bunch of parents. And a lot of you are parents. And some of you were teachers that were in those videos. Some of you were teachers for my kid's school. So one of you in one of the cat videos was the kid's counselor. I wouldn't. I'd be nice at this point. Now, I've got better things to do. I'm creating something that, believe it or not, whether I like you or not, or respect any of you, because right now I don't, is going to help a lot of you get out of these situations so people like them don't have the upper hand. But you don't get to. And I don't give a fuck what you think about my beliefs or how I do things. It doesn't matter. It does not give you the right. And you are not protected to keep doing it. Because if the child's advocate was actually an advocate, then that advocate would show up on the days when we need an advocate and not be in a meeting. But that's the thing about you guys. You were always in a meeting when it counted. What were you doing in those meetings? Now I know. Plotting and scheming to fuck us over. To find the cheapest ways to fuck us over. It certainly wasn't to help any of us. Because we're all still in the same boat. Still homeless. A lot of us still with our abusers. Still with your foot on our necks. Now I saw the white-haired guy. I've seen him out here. And when he saw me, he dipped behind a tree. I don't know who that fucking guy is. But I've also seen him drop off money at both hotels. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy, because one time he used to walk past the building every time he saw me, and there was a guy that let me pet his dog, and then after that guy talked to him, I wasn't allowed to pet that fucking dog anymore. I didn't do anything to that dog. I didn't do anything to you, sir. But I think you're the moneybags that's behind all this. And I know for a fact that the surveillance company, the alarm company that everybody uses is also a surveillance company. And that's the reason why you wouldn't let me move this room. Because you're watching me in here. Just like that night that all of that was happening, and I figured out how to shut the camera off on my phone at least, and then somebody came back who had already left to watch me. Do not play with me anymore. You have broken enough. You have taken enough from us. We don't owe you another motherfucking thing, and I'm certainly not gonna beg any of you to do the right thing and be decent human beings, because I know that that's apparently impossible. But I've got everybody's names, everybody's room numbers, everybody's license plate numbers. Every time you have fucked with me over the internet, I have taken a screenshot of who is online here. Because I know there are some people that are outside of here that are doing it, but I know there's people here too. So at least I've got that. I've got every single screenshot saved, every picture from that day. With the threats and I've got every one of the fake tarot readings. You are done. We are starving. So to withhold coffee is just going to make me a bitch. And it's going to make me hold you accountable for your sins. Because mine are irrelevant. Any of my sins that you caught on camera while we were in the privacy of this room. Like right now, my kid's in the bathroom. Who's watching? The other day, the first day that you didn't make the coffee, was the day after I told you that I thought that woman was going to be murdered up there. Because it was so violent and she was screaming, "Help me, help me." So what did you do instead of making the coffee? You got that guy to sit down there so that he could intimidate me? Is that all you all are good at? Intimidating people, but not taking accountability for your own actions? Not my fucking circus, people. Everyone here is liable. Everyone here is responsible. Everyone here is accounted for. Do not think for a second that I have not been keeping up score since Safe House. Dates. Incidents. People involved. I've been keeping score of things that have been happening outside as well. When I'd go to the hospital and people from Safe House would suddenly be there, and then security would follow me around all day. The day that you poisoned me. One of the days. And I couldn't stop throwing up at the hospital when I was trying to get imaging done for something else. And then I saw people from Safe House there. Why's that? Don't. Do not. There is not a one of you who hasn't fucked me over or thrown me under the bus to save yourselves when you did fuck me over. I've got nothing for you. I owe you nothing. I've seen everything. Everything you thought I couldn't see, I saw. I've been watching you the whole time, and I know that the reason that you did all of this was not a moral one. It was not a Christian one. It's because you did something. You did something and you wanted me to take accountability for it. You wanted me locked up. You wanted some sort of weird fucking conservatorship over me so you could steal from me. And do something terrible with my kid. No means no. I am so enraged by the sounds of your voices and your fucking audacity and the knock, knock, knock. If I'm going to crash out, it's not going to be me looking crazy. It's going to be you looking crazy. Coming up with some sort of settlement that's going to at least even out the pain and suffering of all this, because I've got every bit of it documented. There's not a whole lot you can do outside of here, because a lot of people outside of here saw it. You may fool this community, but you can't fool the rest of the world. And you certainly didn't fool me.